Imagine stepping into a world where the secrets of time itself are unraveled. What if I told you that ancient Egyptians possessed the knowledge to make food last not just years, but decades? Picture opening a sealed jar from thousands of years ago and finding honey that's still perfectly edible, grains that could still be ground into flour, or dried fruits ready to eat. Sounds like magic, doesn't it? But this isn't sorcery. It's the brilliance of ancient ingenuity. The ancient Egyptians didn't just build pyramids and create stunning art. They mastered the art of food preservation in ways that still baffle experts today. So, what were their secrets? And could their methods inspire a modern revolution in food storage? Stick around as we unlock these time-tested techniques and explore how they could transform your pantry and your life. The lifeblood of ancient Egyptian civilization was the Nile River, whose seasonal floods brought fertile soil, enabling the growth of abundant crops. Yet, with such blessings came challenges. They faced unpredictable floods, droughts, and pests that threatened their food supply. To counter these uncertainties, they devised meticulous strategies to ensure long-term food security. Central to their success were grains, wheat, and barley. Stored in giant silos, these grains were the backbone of their diet, used to make bread and beer. But the question remains, how did they keep these grains safe for decades? The key lay in their understanding of natural materials and careful storage practices. Grains were dried thoroughly under the scorching Egyptian sun before storage. This step was critical, as moisture could lead to spoilage or mold growth. Once dried, grains were stored in sealed clay pots or large silos made of mud brick, which maintained a stable, cool environment. The Egyptians also used a layer of straw or reeds to protect the grains from pests. In some cases, they even employed natural pesticides like ashes or fine sand to deter insects. These practices, combined with their keen awareness of the importance of cleanliness, ensured that the grains remained fresh and edible for years. Honey was another staple that showcased their mastery of preservation. Referred to as nectar of the gods, honey wasn't just a sweet treat. It was also a vital preservative and medicinal ingredient. Archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient tombs that remain unspoiled even after millennia. How is this possible? Honey's longevity is due to its unique composition. It has a low water content and is highly acidic, creating an environment inhospitable to bacteria. The Egyptians amplified its preservation potential by storing it in airtight containers, often sealed with beeswax. They also recognized honey's antimicrobial properties, using it to preserve fruits, and even as an embalming agent for mummies. Fruits and vegetables presented a greater challenge, as they are more perishable. However, the Egyptians didn't shy away from innovation. They dried fruits like dates, figs, and grapes under the sun, concentrating their sugars and extending their shelf life. These dried fruits became essential components of their diet, offering a quick energy boost. For vegetables, pickling in brine was a common practice. This method not only preserved the vegetables, but also added a tangy flavor, which likely complemented their meals. The Egyptians' ingenuity extended to meat and fish preservation as well. In a hot climate where spoilage was a constant threat, they turned to drying and salting techniques. Meat and fish were often salted heavily to draw out moisture and then dried under the sun. This created a product similar to modern-day jerky or saltfish, which could be stored for extended periods. Such preserved proteins were crucial for long journeys or military campaigns, ensuring a reliable food supply. Another fascinating preservation technique involved fermentation. Beer and wine were staples of Egyptian culture, consumed daily by people of all classes. The brewing process not only produced beverages, but also acted as a form of preservation. By converting sugars into alcohol, they created drinks that could be stored for months without spoilage. Similarly, they used fermentation to make sourdough bread, a practice still prevalent today. The natural yeasts in the environment fermented the dough, adding flavor and extending its shelf life. Spices and herbs were not only culinary staples, but also played a role in food preservation. The Egyptians grew and used herbs like coriander, cumin, and fennel, which have natural antimicrobial properties. These were often added to dishes or used in storage to deter spoilage. Additionally, their knowledge of salt's preservative power was unparalleled. Salt wasn't just a seasoning, but a critical tool in preserving everything from meat to vegetables, and even mummies. Cleanliness was another cornerstone of their preservation methods. Ancient Egyptians understood the importance of maintaining a hygienic environment to prevent contamination. Archaeological evidence shows that they regularly cleaned storage vessels and silos, and ensured that food was kept away from rodents and insects. This attention to detail minimized the risk of spoilage and waste. Religion and the afterlife also influenced their approach to food preservation. Egyptians believed that the deceased required sustenance in the afterlife, leading to the inclusion of preserved food in tombs. These provisions were carefully prepared and stored to ensure they would endure for eternity. For example, jars of honey, baskets of grains, and dried meats have been found in burial sites, still intact after thousands of years. This practice not only reflects their spiritual beliefs, but also underscores their expertise in food preservation. What makes these ancient techniques so remarkable is their simplicity and reliance on natural materials. In an age without refrigeration or chemical preservatives, the Egyptians achieved a level of efficiency that rivals modern methods. Their practices offer valuable lessons for contemporary food storage, particularly for those interested in sustainable and long-term solutions. Imagine applying their grain storage methods to your pantry, or using honey as a natural preservative. These time-tested techniques could reduce waste and enhance food security, especially in areas prone to food scarcity. The impact of these methods went beyond survival. They fostered trade and economic stability. Grain surpluses were not only stored for emergencies, but also used as currency and traded with neighboring civilizations. Honey, often considered a luxury, was exchanged for goods and contributed to Egypt's wealth. The ability to preserve food effectively enabled the Egyptians to maintain their dominance in the ancient world and left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire awe. Their preservation methods were also a testament to their resourcefulness. For example, the use of natural pesticides like sand or ash demonstrated a deep understanding of their environment. Similarly, the practice of fermenting foods not only preserved them, but also enhanced their nutritional value. Modern science has confirmed that fermentation can increase the bioavailability of nutrients, making these ancient techniques as beneficial as they are fascinating. The lessons from ancient Egypt extend far beyond mere curiosity. In today's world, where food waste is a significant problem, their sustainable practices hold immense value. Imagine the environmental and economic benefits if we could adopt their simple yet effective methods on a larger scale. Whether it's using the sun to dry fruits, embracing fermentation, or rethinking how we store grains, the possibilities are endless. So, could the secrets of ancient Egyptian food preservation help you build your own long-lasting pantry? Absolutely. By embracing these age-old practices, you not only tap into a rich history, but also adopt sustainable methods that stand the test of time. Whether it's drying grains, fermenting bread, or sealing honey, these timeless hacks offer practical solutions for modern living. The next time you enjoy a slice of sourdough or drizzle honey over your breakfast, take a moment to appreciate the ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians. They weren't just preserving food, they were preserving life itself. And here's your challenge: why not try one of these methods yourself? Start small. Maybe dry some fruits, pickle some vegetables, or experiment with sourdough fermentation. Share your results, inspire others, and join a movement that bridges ancient wisdom with modern needs. Don't let these incredible techniques fade into history. Let's bring them into our kitchens and make them a part of our future. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned as we explore more timeless wisdom from the past that can transform your life today.